Your version of Daisy is somebody we really empathize with and understand, and she's a difficult character to understand. Was it important to you that the audience not judge her too harshly?
No, I didn't really think about the audience that much. Baz sort of said to me at the beginning, like, don't worry about that, just, play her as you see her and as we see her. And I felt what was most important is that I didn't judge her. So from the outset, I tried to think sort of logically about the choices that she makes, and actually they are pretty rational in terms of her being a product of her time, coming up in a very wealthy society, marrying for money, which was entirely expected of her, and then, ending up in an abusive relationship and being whisked off by nostalgia. So I was sort of empathetic, I think, and then I think that sort of translates.
There's a line where Daisy says, "That's the best thing a girl can be in this world, a beautiful little fool." And I feel like actresses have to take on that role a lot because of the scarcity of roles with depth. You, however, have had a career where there's always more to the character than just looks.
Well, from a couple of years ago, and I was really, really lucky to be in a film that had some attention and therefore gave me a little bit more access to projects. So I started to be able to not do, when I was younger, I just did everything. And that was great, and I learned so much. And then I, got to a very lucky point where I could, stop working when I didn't, want to. And so I've just tried to find characters that are completely separate from one another, and there are no, and never to take on a project where I feel comfortable playing the part, just taking on things that sort of make me nervous and that I have to sort of figure out in a way.
You had a year to prepare for this film. What do you think that allowed you to bring to the role versus if you had, maybe weeks to prepare or a few months to prepare?
Some of my favourite parts of this whole process was the preparation, and from the word go, Baz really wanted to look at Zelda Fitzgerald and Ginevra King as being the two inspirations for Daisy. And I had so much time to go into their worlds and look at the way that they wrote and the way that they were described by people. And actually, there's a line in the film where Daisy says, "I wish I'd done everything on earth with you," which was taken from a love letter that Zelda Fitzgerald wrote to Scott. So I kind of luxuriated in that. I thought it was amazing to be able to have that time just to find all these lovely little details that, and research essentially is really important, but also gives you the confidence that when you actually get there, you feel like you've done your homework. So I think we all felt really comfortable by the time we got on set that we knew that we were all on the same page.